Hello traders, Gary Wagner here. It is 10 o'clock in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York on Monday, 25th day of August 2025, and this is the evening report for gold and silver. Gold prices are lower this morning, down approximately $7 today, with the most active futures contract currently at $3,409.90. That is a decline of $7.40. However, on closer inspection, it was really all about dollar strength today that put pressure on gold, causing it to trade lower. We did send out a trade alert this morning. We'll cover that in detail when we pull up some charts. We are looking at a daily standard candlestick chart of December gold futures, with today's action represented by this small red candle. Currently, we have December gold at $3,410 to $3,409.80 or 90 cents, putting it down just a little over $7 on the day. But in the case of today's actions, price change can be deceiving because gold is paired against the US dollar. As you can see, gold is down 0.22%. But when we look at the US dollar, the dollar is up tremendously this morning, up 0.72%, taking the index to 98.437. Which means that there was buying in gold, but that dollar strength more than dwarfed any kind of real change, allowing gold to close in the positive today. When we look at the historical rise in gold prices, if we go back to roughly the beginning of August 2024, when gold was trading just under $2,600 per ounce, we can see that it has gained roughly from these lows here to the all-time record high, approximately $1,000 in value, moving from just under $2,600 to just under $3,600. From there, gold obviously entered a correction. Typically, we would look for some sort of an A, B, C simple correction, but rather than having that be how this correction has unfolded, it unfolded as what we are labeling as a symmetrical triangle that can be defined because we see a series of lower highs as well as a series of higher lows, having a multiple wave count, A, B, C, D, and E. We would have expected what we called our thrust after the E. However, that was a failure. Gold came back down and traded to the bottom of this channel and now has moved off of that. As I talked about, we did go long this morning at approximately $3,410 with a stop just below $3,400. Gold is trading roughly at our entry price, currently at $3,410.70. If our current model is correct and gold does begin to move higher towards the top of this symmetrical triangle, it should have a thrust, meaning break above $3,485 and move to higher ground. This, in fact, would restart the motive phase being waves 1 through 5, now that we have completed our correction, and I believe that that motive phase would conclude above $3,790. However, that's going to be composed of a 5 count, meaning waves 1, 3, and 5 being our motive waves, moving in the prevalent trend direction, which has obviously been higher, and our corrective waves 2 and 4. What we want to focus on now is this wave 1, which will most certainly need to break above 3,485 to 3,475 because it is a descending line making up the upper half of the symmetrical triangle. Our target at minimum on our current trade that we entered at $3,410 would be approximately $3,470 to $3,490. If that is how this unfolds, that would be an excellent trade. Of course, if gold does continue to move higher and move in our anticipated direction, we will raise stops and advise you with our trade alerts that go out via SMS text message as well as email. This has been Gary Wagner wishing you, as always, good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for the next daily update and review. Bye-bye.